Subscribe to my channel Making Impossible and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any one of my upcoming videos.
Yo, what's up friends? I'm Sholazari and welcome back to Making Impossible, the channel that teaches you how to make the impossible and be the smartest person in the room. In today's video, I'm actually going to be teaching you an easy beginner and a visual color changing card trick. It's easy and beginner because it doesn't require a lot of sleight of hand. Even if you know how to riffle down the pages of a book, you can actually do this color changing card trick, and it's visual because it happens very fast and in just a blink of an eye. So if your spectator is actually standing in front of you and you do the color change, the spectator will be shocked because he or she won't be able to know how you are actually doing the color change. There are tons of tutorials on this technique on YouTube, but I'm teaching you this because it took me quite a long time to actually master this move, but I figured out that this move is very much easy. So I'm actually going to share with you the tips and techniques by which you can actually make this color changing card trick more perfect and more visual. So without any further ado, let's start our today's video.
This week's Instagram feature goes to Dr. Magician. Follow him on Instagram, link is given in the video description. I'll feature one lucky Instagram user every Monday in my Smack That Monday episodes. If you want your Instagram profile or page to be featured in my next Smack That Monday episode, follow the simple steps that are given in the video description. So now, let's continue.
Okay guys, you can see over here I actually have a deck of cards, and if I actually take a look at the top card, it's actually the 2 of clubs, right? Now if I actually take this 2 of clubs and actually give it a flick, it changes into the 9 of hearts, right? Now if I actually do the same thing with another card, for example, let's say this one, the King of Spades, it actually changes into the 2 of Spades, right? Now if I do the same thing with a random card from the center of the deck, for example, let's say this one, the King of Hearts, it's actually going to change into the 3 of Diamonds, right? So that's how it actually looks like. That's how this color changing card trick looks like, and that's how it actually looks like. Okay guys, this is actually a very easy trick, and it's actually called the paintbrush color change. And if you are actually going to do this with a spectator's playing card, then first of all, the first thing that you need to do is you have to actually control the spectator's playing card to the top of the deck. For example, let's say if your spectator selects this one, the Queen of Clubs, then you have to actually control that Queen of Clubs to the top of the deck. The control that I did right now is actually the Herman Pass. I have a tutorial for it, link is actually given in the video description. If you want to do any other kind of control, you can actually do it, and it doesn't really matter what kind of control you are going to do. The only thing that matters is the card has to be on the top of the deck. So let's say this is the spectator selection, and I have actually controlled that to the top of the deck. Now I'm actually going to do a double lift. I can do a Stuart Gordon double lift, and for this trick, if I actually do the Stuart Gordon double lift, it's going to be very easier for me because I'll actually get into the position of the color change immediately. Otherwise, if you want to do any other kind of double lift, then you can actually do that. For example, let's say this one, the simple turnover double lift, right? So after you have actually done a double lift, that means you have turned 2 cards at once. What you are going to do is you are actually going to hold the card just over here. So with your thumb at this side of the card, of the cards, sorry, there are actually 2 cards. So you are going to hold with your thumb over here, with your middle finger over here, your middle finger curled in, and this card will be placed over here, and your index finger over here. So right now if you are actually holding this card just like this, then after that, when you are actually going to do the color change, what you are actually doing is you are riffling down 1 card on the top of the deck. Okay, so that is how the color change is actually done. So as you do like that, 1 card actually riffles down, and it actually since the back designs are same, it riffles down and matches up with the back design of the deck. And that's why the spectator won't know that you have actually riffled that card down. And you can know that, and you can see actually that this is actually a very easy card trick because riffling is not that hard. Now if you're doing this trick for the first time, then you might face some problems. For example, let's say after doing the double lift, and when you're actually going to do the color change, suppose you're doing like this, but this card does not actually go actually riffle down very fast and it's visible to spectator's eye. And the other problem that is, like, if you do like this card can be like out jogged that way, or maybe landing in jogged like this way. So these are the two fears that you can actually these are the two problems that you can actually face while doing this card trick. And for that reason there are certain tips and techniques that I'm going to show you right now. First of all, after doing the double lift and while you're actually going to do the color change, what you're actually going to do is you're actually going to square these two positions with the side of the deck. For example, let's say this is the edge. I'm actually going to keep this edge on this surface and try to keep as much close to squaring of this and this edge. So I'll try to keep this edge and this edge parallel, and this edge and this edge parallel, and I'll actually try to keep them at the most nearest point I can. And then I'm actually going to keep this edge on this surface, and I'll actually try to touch this entire edge of this card with the top this side edge of this deck. So after it is at this point, when I'm actually going to do the riffle down, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to hold the cards over here, and I'm actually going to just bend the cards down, and then I'm actually going to pull this second card which is going to appear. I'm going to pull that card out, and I'm actually going to push away this card with my thumb. And what actually does that is it actually drops that card on top of this deck, and that is how this actually works. So this thing is right now squared up. Now to do this very fast, the other thing that you need to keep in mind is while you are actually going to do this move, you are actually going to also slide this card up, okay? Not swipe, sorry, slide this card up, okay? So as you do this move and you slide this card up, then this edge will actually force this card to stay intact with the top surface of the deck. And as it happens, you will be actually able to do this card color changing trick very fast and very swiftly, just like this. And it actually looks like that the card has actually changed its color, just like this. And for security purposes, or for making it more visual, what you're actually going to do is while doing this, all of these moves, you're also going to tilt this hand this side, so that while this card is actually riffling on the top of this surface, the spectators are not going to see that. So like this and this. So putting all of these motions together, it would actually simply look like this, just like this. So one more time in slow motion, do a double lift, hold the cards over here from this position, put this edge over here, try to make this edges, keep these edges at the nearest point you can, and then you can actually bend this card, riffle down, slide this up, okay? And then as you do that, it will actually look like that the card has actually changed immediately in front of the spectator's eye. And that's how this color change actually happens. And as you can see, this is a very easy and cool color changing card trick. And yeah, this is actually the paintbrush color change, and that's it for the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the paintbrush color changing card trick. Make sure you hit the like button if you did so, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Shol_Zari. Also, if you have any questions, use the comment section for that, and make sure you smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, and turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss my upcoming videos and my future Smack That Monday episodes. Peace.